Hey, Georgie, I'm so happy that you're here.
Yeah, thanks. How are you today?
Good, thanks very much. So here we are, and I really wanted to explore what was happening for you before we started working together. What were the challenges or the problems that you've been dealing with?
Yeah. Well, certainly exhaustion was a big part of it. So I kind of reduced a lot of what I was doing because I just realized I was so exhausted, and that um, it I mean, it kind of has been described as adrenal fatigue, where you've just been going and going and going. You don't realize you're doing that. And so when you do stop, suddenly it's like, oh my God, I'm so exhausted. And I felt like I needed to just kind of allow myself to sit in that exhaustion for a while so that I could come to a real place rather than just um, sort of, I suppose, pushing myself to not be exhausted, if that makes sense. And I felt like that I also needed some help and support because I didn't really know exactly what was causing that or what was going on. And there seemed like there was this underlying level of sort of anger and frustration. And um, so, yeah, that's kind of where I was at in the beginning. And it has changed a lot since then.
So how has this impacted, say, in the beginning, your, I don't know, relationship with yourself, maybe family or day-to-day business activities?
Yeah, mostly with myself, just I suppose feeling like I have a lot more energy now, and being able to take on these foster kittens, which, again, for a while I kind of think I went back into my old pattern and had to, I suppose a lot of the stuff that I worked through with you was to sort of release stuff that I didn't even know was there that was hindering me. And quite a bit of that, I think, was around how things should be. And just being able to let go of a lot of control around things and just let things be as they are.
Oh, is there any more specific that you kind of want to share about what you've let go, or what new insights, new understandings have come to you in the process of seeing me kind of bi-weekly?
Well, I think a good example was with the kittens, where I felt so exhausted, so I wasn't really doing much. And then I felt like I wanted to rescue animals when all the floods happened. And so we'd been doing some work, and I felt like, oh, I'm going so well, it's so great. And then I kind of went back a bit into that old pattern, as you do, of suddenly having, like 8 kittens and complete chaos and feeling stressed again. And then I got the flu, and then realizing, oh, like I just create all my own stress. And then having to come back and talk to you again and kind of work through all of that so that I could get to a place where now I can just sit with the kittens. I can hug them if they want to hug, or they can be like just running around the house in complete chaos while I'm doing a Zoom call. And that's okay. Whereas in the past, it was sort of like if I was trying to do a Zoom call and they were racing around, I was like, oh my God, like I can't fully listen to the person. But, now I just, there doesn't seem to be that stress associated with it. And I think that's kind of a metaphor for everything that was happening in my life.
It's a big one. It's a lot of people are carrying stress inside. And I actually just found that exact page that you were running almost and make everything so stressful. That was the exact programming that was underlying. So what has changed? What is new in your reality, in your business, day-to-day living?
Yeah, it's really just a massive feeling of peace, just so much more peace than I had before. And realizing that, obviously that is connected to how energetic you feel as well. So that would be, that's kind of the major feeling that I have of the change. And I think with the business side of things, rather than having in my mind exactly how something's going to happen. It's more allowing stuff to come to me, which, you know, which you always know is what you should be doing. There's the should again. But sometimes it's difficult to recognize what you're even doing.
Letting go. It's hard.
Yeah. So it definitely feels like I'm living more in the moment and more about sort of connecting the like there's a process that you did where kind of connecting that feeling to sort of what you want and then allowing it to happen rather than what I would have done in the past, which is, okay, this is it. And this is all the steps to take to get there.
And how has that changed, for example, relationships around you or relationship with, others?
I haven't really noticed changes yet, but we'll see, because some of my family is coming up to visit over the next 2 weeks. So I'll be spending a lot more time with family. So we'll see.
Well, I'm excited. And if there is anyone kind of sitting on the fence and toying with the idea whether should I see Endre or not for a free session to figure out if there is anything to do or is there anything in the way for me, what would you recommend?
I would say absolutely. Yeah. You know, I originally came to see you because I saw somebody else who seemed to have changed a lot after I heard that they had spoken to you. And so I thought, oh, okay, well, I'll just, you know, have a chat with you and see. And yeah, it kind of just felt right to work with you. And I think that's the best thing to do, is to just, you know, take a free session and see if it connects and if you feel like that it's something that could help you, because if it can, it's amazing. You know.
And so from the limitations of whatever you had before and looking at your future now, how has that shifted in you? Or what's your relationship to your next decades now?
It feels a lot lighter. If that would be the not so heavy. I think I had a big heaviness around all these expectations that I put on myself that I didn't really even realize were there. And now it just feels so much lighter, you know. So, yeah.
Georgie, thanks very much. I enjoyed having this little meeting with you, and I hope you find value for watching this video. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.